Susan Cingari here with another edition of the Must Love MMA show, where every fighter has a story. Tonight on the show, we have legendary MMA fighter and coach Dean Thomas. Dean, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you. What time is it right now? Oh my gosh, 10:45.
Yeah,
but we always make time for you, Dean.
I know, it's early. It's still early.
It's still early. Amanda Nunes, Cris Cyborg fight. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of people thought that Amanda didn't want that fight, and she had been kind of, she never really vocally said she wanted it. I think she might have even said at one point that she didn't want that fight, maybe a year ago or so. But just up and recently, she said she wanted the fight, and this was before the Holly Holm fight.
Right,
she said, I'll fight Cyborg. It wasn't that she wanted to. She said she would fight Cyborg. She wanted the winner of that fight. So now that Cyborg won, she wants to fight Cyborg because she wants to establish herself as the number one pound-for-pound woman in the world.
How do you think that fight's going to go? I know you're biased, but you got to tell me anyway.
Well,
I got to ask you.
I totally understand that. Amanda Nunes is extremely well-rounded, and that's a term that's loosely thrown around. Everybody says that, but at the end of the day, most fighters are well-rounded in skill set, but not necessarily well-rounded in approach to a fight. See, most fighters will take a fight and just go, all right, I have these skills, but I want to fight a certain way. Amanda has the ability to adapt and fight any way she wants, any way she sees fit. And I feel as though Amanda's going to go out in that fight with a specific game plan, but be able to adapt to whatever Cyborg brings to her. So that fight could go any way, and I still think Amanda comes out on top.
Interesting, very interesting. All right, before we move on to another topic, I have the cutest photo of you and Amanda Nunes rolling up on a club and doing the Charleston on IG. Now, what's that all about?
Oh, wow. That was actually, we were, where were we when we did that? I think we were we might have been at the Seminole Casino Hard Rock when and she was a special guest there, and we ended up going together, me and her and Nina Ansaroff, right, and a few of the other female fighters from the team. We showed up, and Antonio Carlos Jr. It was a couple of us. We showed up and just had a good time. It's one of them times where a lot of fighters don't get out often and get to enjoy themselves. So this is one of them times where fighters got together. We left the gym. It's close. Seminole Casino, Rock is right down. So Seminole Casino is right down the way. So we just went there and had a good time.
I didn't know you could do the Charleston, Dean.
Well, I can do I can boogie. I can cut the rug. Yeah, don't get it twisted. I can cut the rug.
Are you taking dancing lessons from Tyron? Is that how it works, or are you giving him dancing lessons?
I'm giving him dancing lessons. No. Honestly, I can't really dance all that well. I did take dancing lessons when I was living in Germany for 5 months. I took dancing lessons.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it didn't work out too well, though.
All right, the big news over the weekend, Dana White press conference. We've got Tony versus Khabib, Conor McGregor issue. What's your take on all this? Do you have any inside information for us?
I don't have any inside information. I can only make speculations as everybody else can. The way I see it is that, Conor McGregor is, he has all the leverage. He has all the cards in his hands. So, the thing is, Conor still is the champ right now. And you don't want to make Conor mad. Like Conor, he's so unpredictable at times. So I think they're just kind of playing it really loose and don't really want to say anything and get Conor, upset Conor. So I think at the end of the day, Khabib and Tony are going to fight. Okay. There's going to be a champion declared, and then I think that's when they're going to make the decision whether they're going to still uphold Conor as the real champ, right, or they'll just make him fight for the real championship.
Did you watch the UFC fight over the weekend?
Yes, I did. I was there.
Oh, you were there. I feel like Daniel finally got some respect and maybe earned the fans' appreciation. What's your take on that since you were right there?
Well, yeah, I do think so. I think that this was the one thing about Daniel Cormier is that he's an honest and he's a gentleman. He's a gentleman. And sometimes fight fans don't like that. Sometimes fight fans, it appeals to the barbaric side of the human psyche. And when you have a gentleman like Daniel Cormier, it's kind of like, oh, we don't like that guy. We want a mean, aggressive guy who's going to just knock people out. But I think this is one time where he was able to do something in that fight and allow people to get on his side and say, you know what, we actually like this guy. He is one of us. and I think he did a good job. I mean, he beat a very tough opponent, but I was happy to see him finally get the respect from the fans that he deserves.
Yeah. I haven't had a chance to interview him yet, but I might be reaching out to you for that. Give him some time now to recuperate. I do have a fangirl crush on him, I can tell you that. So as a coach at AT&T and a gym owner, what are some of the fighters that are up and coming we should be keeping tabs on, so to speak?
Well, we have a ton of fighters that are up and coming. Johnny Eblen is a very tough fighter. Carl Deaton, another tough fighter. We have a female fighter, Kayla Rocco, who's up and coming. So, in my opinion, those are the three top fighters that we have right now that we're investing heavily in and developing from the ground up, really trying to put a lot of attention to their careers.
Speaking of up and coming, last time I saw he was at the Greg Hardy fight. He did tremendous. When can we see him fight again?
He's fighting, I want to say it's February 16th or 17th. Okay. He's fighting out in Dallas, I think. And, and Greg's another one that we're putting some time into. Greg, he's an incredible athlete. We all know that it takes more than just athleticism in this game, but even more so as his athletic prowess, but he has a tremendous work ethic, and he's not afraid, and he's very humble. So he's not afraid to say, I'm not very good at this. Please help me. And he tells us every day, man, I'm just grateful for the time you guys put into me. And when I have a gentleman like that, I can't help but to kind of get on his team.
Yeah, I enjoyed interviewing him up in Port St. Lucie, I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah, really cool guy. Earlier this year, on January 4th, you posted a picture of Tyron Woodley in the hospital. Can you give us an update on him?
Yeah, Tyron, he got surgery on his shoulder. He tore his shoulder, his labrum, in the first round of the Damian Maia fight. Yeah, so with a torn shoulder, I mean, that had a lot to do with the outcome of the fight, in a sense.
Sure.
Not necessarily like the result, but, the way he had to fight that fight. But he tore his shoulder. He just got surgery on it, and he's starting to train again. He's starting to get the itch. He wants to fight again. We're hoping he can make a return, hopefully in the summer. Okay. We're not really going to rush it, but because he is a busy man, he has a lot of projects on the side, so no need to rush that. But we are looking forward to his comeback.
How much fun did you, Dana, and Matt Serra have taping Looking for a Fight?
Oh wow! I mean,
amazing.
So we've shot. They've shot a gang of episodes. I've shot I think 4 episodes with them, and it's just a tremendous amount of fun. I mean, those are really fun guys. A lot of people don't really know Dana, and they don't understand. Like, Dana's a really fun guy. Like, he wants to have fun and just be himself sometimes. And I think the show allows him to do that, to just have some fun and let the world actually see what he's like when he's not in front of the cameras, in the sense of the boss of the UFC, but just as a human being. And we have a lot of fun. I mean, I can't ask for a better time with a better group of guys.
Will you be doing any more episodes, and when can we see them if you are?
Well, we're supposed to be filming soon. I mean, it keeps getting pushed back because, as we know, MMA is extremely busy, and there's a lot of twists and turns. And Dana he's the king of it. I mean, he's at the head of it, so he has a responsibility to the UFC. So I think when that slows down a little bit, we'll go back on the road and start looking for some more talent.
Anything else you want to add before we go today?
No. I appreciate you giving me a voice, and I'm just honored to be on your show.
Aw, thank you, Din. Before we go today, I want to thank Dean Thomas for being on the show, and I want to let my followers know that you can follow me on the link below and subscribe to me on my YouTube channel. You can also send me any comments, questions, maybe anything you want to ask about fighting or MMA to my Twitter at Susan Cingari. And I read those things late at night and respond to them. And on Instagram, you can follow me at Susan Cingari MMA. I also want to thank Dean for being on the show tonight. And Dean, you can follow him at twitter.com, Dean Thomas, facebook.com at Leonardo. You better give me that one, Dean.
It's a Leonardo, because I'm a nerd.
Leonardo da Vinci.
I'm a nerd, yeah. Okay. Leonardo da Vinci, yes.
And on Instagram at Din Thomas. Din Thomas, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me tonight. And I want to remind our viewers to stay tuned for part 2 of my interview with Dean, because he's going to answer some very personal questions and answer your fan questions. That's coming up.